Dude, hey y'all, I broke my stuff so you don't have to. I got a running light ain't working and we got to figure it out. So come on with me, let's get this done. So my running light ain't working and I beat the crap out of my boat. This is a brand new running light. Already got a big old chunk taken out of it. Anyway, that's not even the problem, that's just me. I got pretty good wire in here. I'm gonna check it out. There is, you know, the pole mount right here, and I don't think it's getting power. So we just got to check it out. I just put some new switches in. You know, when you're troubleshooting this, you want to check for power at the switch coming into the switch and power leaving the switch when you have the switch on. So you got to have a meter. All right, and we'll check that if we have to. I just don't think it's that. Again though, you're going to check the power coming into the switch and check the power leaving the switch to make sure there's power going up here. And then we're going to check power here. So I'm pretty sure the rest of it's good. We're just going to check here, and there's a 3 screws Phillips head, and we're going to remove this and we're going to check the power leads in the base for this pole light mount to see if there's power. This is the pole light. You know, we're going to remove the pole like I showed you. It's got 3 screws in here holding it. Just going to back these out real quick. I started to film this with my other camera and it wasn't working out, so I wanted to go through it a little better. So anyway, you know, we got a pole mount out front, and whether you got a pole mount or just a regular light mounted on the front of your boat or on the bow of your boat, anywhere, you know, same principle applies. What you want to do is make sure you got power, and like I said, you're going to go back to the switch and make sure you got power coming into the switch and power leaving the switch when you turn it on. And I just recently replaced them, so I'm pretty sure the problem is here. I actually ran brand new wire up here and it was working, so I got to find out where the problem is. So I already pulled this out because I just want to show you taking it out again, and I notched the wires here. See where I notched them? So that I can go ahead and test the voltage. So I just want to make sure I got good voltage up here. It should be about 12 volts. And there you go, right there. I just saw it pop up. Come on, little buddy. Okay. Got to make sure you got a good connection. So there we go, 12.67. That's beautiful. Okay, there ain't nothing wrong with that. So what I'm saying is I think this is bad. So having thought that, I went ahead and went and bought another cheap one at the store. I don't even know if I got the right one. I went ahead and bought another one at the store, and we're just going to replace it. This is, I don't even know if this is the right one. I kind of rushed through it. It was cheap. I think this is a 3 hole mount, and what it is for that backlight. I don't need that backlight. I just need it to work. I think this is just a 2-prong. Let's open it up and see. Yeah, it is, and I'm okay with that. I hope the holes match up. See, it's just a 2-prong inside. This is more for like your anchor light, and this one's a 3-prong. And the reason it's a 3-prong is you got your running light, and then you also got your backlight here. I don't use that. I don't really care. I just want to make sure that it fits, which it looks like it does. And then, you know, before I even put it in there, we're going to test it. But you know what you really need here that's very important is heat shrink butt connectors, because this is on a boat. Everything on a boat has to be heat shrunk. And you know, you can buy them at the hardware store, buy them online. All right, and the next big thing is a heat gun or a torch to heat the heat shrink. But there's a couple steps in this that are very important. Okay, and let me show you what they are. So we know we got good power here, and that's very important. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're just going to set up this new pole light mount. Like I said, this is just a cheap mount. It's actually made for an anchor light. That depends on the style pole light you got. I checked it to make sure it fit. It did fit. And we're just going to heat shrink it and put it together. I'm in my neighborhood. You hear all my neighbors making noises. That's, you know, that's life in the real world here. What I wanted to get at was when you're making heat shrink connections, okay, you don't want to break the heat shrink butt connector, okay, because you don't want water getting in there. And if you look, these are just cheap old Dykes crimps from the hardware store. Nothing fancy, no sponsors, no nothing, okay. Now in the middle, they got like a flat crimp. See in the middle? They got cutters, they got a rear crimp, and they got a middle crimp. Now I'm going to use the middle crimp, and the reason I'm using the middle crimp is because it's flat. Now they make nice specialty tools for this, and they work amazingly well. But what we want to do is not break the coating, which is very hard, because you want to just get it as sealed as you can. And I'm gonna go ahead and put these two on here first, so I'm ready to go. positive and negative, very simple, nothing complicated, no fancy electrical, you know. And I'm gonna do them one at a time. Here's my positive. All right, and you just want to take it a little bit off here. Make sure you got the right size crimp for the right size wire. All right, and see, I got a little bit of an end on there. It might be too much. It's a little much, so I'm actually gonna take it. And you're like, man, why aren't you fishing today? Well, it's actually sprinkling a little bit. There's a front moving through, and you know, you got to get stuff done on the boat so you're ready to fish when the weather permits. Anyway, see, it fits in there nice and flush, and that's what you're looking for. You don't want any water intrusion. Okay, you want to hold it in there snug, put it on the right crimp, and you want to push it in there to make sure you got a good connection. And push down real good. See, now I'll actually pull on that, and that's good. That's what we want. We want it to stick in there. Do the negative side, okay? And I got stuff all over me. Ah, piece of tape. Anyway, remember, you don't want to take too much off. You just need enough. Make sure you got good marine wire. I always twist it with my fingers. Measure it up, see if it fits. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, put it on there nice. Again, hold it in there tight, crimp it. And then before I go crazy, something experience has told me is let's see if it even works. So we got the light and whatnot, and we're gonna put it in there, and I got nothing. So I got a whole, maybe my light's bad. Oh, that's what I did right there. Oh man. So this is why you don't use the wrong stuff. Look, the back light's working, but the main light isn't. And that's because it's in the wrong stinking hole. I wonder if there's a way I can change the hole that it's in. I don't know that there is. And that ain't good. So, oh, I got a problem, and that is that the hole, I got good power because my light's working, but it's not the light I need. I need my red and green. And that's why you buy the right parts, y'all. You know, I had this lying around. I thought it might work, but obviously the running light is a different one. So let me see if I can rig something up here and make it work. So it is a cheap light. I've already busted it a little bit. I ain't got time to fix everything. I just need to go fishing. So I'm gonna make the wrong parts work. Don't try this at home, right? But you know, I'm in the business of getting on the water, not, you know, wishing or, you know, not fishing. I want to make it work and go. So I'm gonna see if I can switch these wires around like an idiot and make stuff work that shouldn't, because you know, I want to go fishing, man. So here we are, ruining a light because I'm an idiot about the wrong stuff. But the wrong stuff can work sometimes, and there's what I'm getting at. So you can switch these wires around. I knew that was going to be a thing. How does this one work? So we're just going to look at, you know, my stupidity. So this one's got the ground to the right of the screw. So the screw, the right is the ground. Okay. So let's give it a whirl. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making a mess. Might be breaking something. Could start a fire. You never know what you're gonna do. But let's try not to do that. So I'm just moving these connections around in this light to see if I can make this, what I got, work. Because, you know, because why? Because I want to go fishing. That's why. You know what I like to do? I like to go fishing. So let's see what we got here. I got 2 out of 3 going together here. And the third one's giving me a little bit of lip. Come on, little buddy. I don't have a theory on this, y'all, because, you know, not something you're supposed to be doing. Let's try that. Okay, we're gonna give it a shot, because, you know, we're supposed to make things work that ain't supposed to. All right, so let's see if we got anything here. Oh, baby, we got money. Look at that. So I just moved the connection, and I got a running light. So I'm just gonna check it a little bit here. I wanna make sure I get it in. There we go. So, you know, yeah, I gotta glue that back on now. Oh, it just slides on good. I was like, man, I broke that too. Jeez, falling apart on me, look at this. But anyway, just to show you, since I got the top off, what I did is I moved the wires around to make them match up. So I made my parts that aren't supposed to work. Hey, it's about making things what you got, making the best with what you got. This popped off. We're gonna someday figure out how to put it back on. I'm not so sure about this. Oh, look at me. I feel special. I think I did it. Okay, yeah, look at that. Sure did. And we're gonna, and I broke it. So come on, little buddy, work for me here. There you go. All right, so we got it working. And the reason I wanted to check this out was if I put it all together, I would have to take it all apart again. So now that we've made something work that ain't supposed to, what we want to do is heat drink our bad work, because at the end of the day, we want it to be, you know, sealed up. So I got a heat gun, just a cheap old heat gun. A torch will work. But what we want to do is just make sure these heat shrink are heat shrunk. Get them all the way around. You want them to be bubbling. Get all there's like a little epoxy in there sometimes, and you want to make sure you get it all for a good seal on these wires, because you just don't want water getting to them. You want your work to last, so you don't have to fix it in a week, you know. You know, we got the heat shrunk nice and tight, and that's very important. And then we gotta make sure we mount this the right way. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mount this back in the boat. Looks good. All right, we just want to put our screws in here. Hopefully this lines up, otherwise we're gonna end up drilling new holes, and there's no fun in that. Light out. There we go. Make you able to get to the screws a little better. Again, not perfect, but works. So we're gonna go with it here. All right, put our pole in. There it is. There we are, y'all. We are back in action. There we are. Whew, we got lights. All right, let's go fishing. Hey, we're here making it work. Make sure to like and subscribe to Chef Outdoors.